Well, John, thanks for being our test subject for the new Danville Life team.
You're welcome. Somebody has to do it.
Somebody has to. It's hard work, but somebody has to do it. John, you've been at New Danville since 1990, and you've been a believer for quite a while, but you weren't always. Let's talk about how that happened in your life, because I think that's something everybody will be interested in. You were a ball player.
Yes.
Yes, but hardball. Real baseball.
Yes, baseball.
Real baseball. But when you got out of the military, what did you find?
There was no local baseball around anymore. It just had died out. It seemed like everybody was playing softball. And
What was your opinion of softball?
well, I didn't like softball. I thought that was a sissy game. I didn't want to play that. You know, I played baseball.
Well, something eventually happened to change your mind about that. But let's talk first about what did you believe at that point in your life about God and the church and Jesus and all that?
Well, at that time, I really didn't give that much thought. But in my mind, I felt there was more than what I knew. And I just couldn't believe that you live and you die and it's over.
Okay. And then somebody from Bethesda Church asked you to come and play softball with them.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, the player manager, I worked with him at Holtwood, and he asked me to play softball for the church team, as a church team, and I said, I don't want to play softball. I said, that's a sissy game, I don't want to play that. And so he told me it wasn't a sissy game. He said, he finally talked me into coming out and trying it. So I did. And it didn't take me long to find out that fast pitch softball is not a sissy game. In fact, I got to where I enjoyed playing that. And I got better at it, I think, than playing baseball. And,
But we're not talking about slow pitch where it takes
No.
5 minutes for the ball to get to the plate. Yeah.
This is fast pitch. I'll tell you, that ball is harder to hit than a baseball. The pitcher's closer to you, and that ball really comes in there.
But they put another requirement on you. In order to come and play softball, you had to do something else too. What was that?
Had to agree to go to church at least 2 Sundays a month. That was, you had to do that. If you didn't do that, you weren't on the team. And if you were on the team and you didn't keep up your 2 Sundays a month, you were off the team.
And what happened as a result of you going to church and playing softball with those folks?
Well, we ended up, we had a championship team. We won a lot of championships. And more important than that, I became a Christian. I accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior.
And you weren't the only guy on the team that happened to, were you?
No, I wasn't. There were some others that said the same thing. Now, some of them may not have, but some did. I wasn't the only one.
So let's put a little plug in for friendship evangelism. Invite people to come participate in life with you, and then invite them to come to church. And you never know what God might do. Now, you were with a successful softball team, but you were also experiencing another success in life. You were getting married. And there's a connection between softball and the day you got married. Tell us about it.
Well, we were in a tournament at Common Field in Lancaster, and we were in the winners bracket. We were expected to win, and so we were playing a game, and I think it was the third or fourth inning, it started to really storm. So the umpire stopped the game and he said, we'll continue the game where we left off in 2 weeks. Well, it turned out that 2 weeks later, that was the day that Sharon and I were to get married. And I wanted to marry Sharon. I wanted to play ball.
Those two things don't always go together real well. What happened?
Well, she knew, I didn't say anything to her, but she knew that I wanted to play ball real bad. And she said she'd make a deal with me if I could play. We would get married in the morning, and instead of leaving for our honeymoon in the afternoon, I could play ball in the afternoon. And we'd take an extra day for our honeymoon.
What a woman!
And so that's what we did. We got married in the morning, and our best man was our catcher. So we got married in the morning, and we went over to her parents for a little reception, and George, our catcher, and we changed from our wedding gear into our baseball uniform or softball uniforms, and George and Sharon and I, we headed into Lancaster, and we.
She went to the game with you?
Oh yeah.
What a woman.
Yep. Yeah, she did.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You've got a little bit different hobby these days. You're not playing fast pitch softball anymore.
No, I'm not.
You know, neither am I.
Doing anything fast anymore.
But you've got another hobby now. You're involved in the Columbia Historical Society Train Club,
Yeah.
and you have your own train platform in your basement here at home.
Mhm.
Can we go take a look at that?
Sure.
All right, good.